It's 4:17 a.m., and I'm curled over my laptop, whispering my thoughts into a glowing screen, while he sleeps just inches away, unaware that my entire reality has just collapsed. A stranger, someone I don't even know, sent me screenshots that blew my world apart in an instant. My name is Lena. I'm 23. For the past 7 months, I've been living in Italy as part of my university's study abroad program. It was supposed to be a dream, new experiences, fresh faces, a break from routine. And for a while, but it also broke something I thought would always be solid back home. Before I left, Noah and I had been a couple for nearly 3 years. He was the kind of person you could count on without question. The guy who'd remember your favorite bakery order or text just to say he hoped your day was going well. People told me I was lucky to have him, and I agreed. I used to think of us as a sure thing, a future already written. But landing in another country gave me something I didn't expect. Space. For the first time in years, I wasn't anyone's partner or label. I was just Lena, and that felt like breathing after holding it in too long. I found myself trying on bright, new clothes, saying what I thought without hesitation, letting myself be loud, curious, unfiltered. I went out with friends, stayed out late, flirted without consequence. It started small, a few harmless conversations, evening walks through narrow streets with a classmate from art history. Then I met Luca. He was everything Noah wasn't, spontaneous, magnetic, and frustratingly hard to pin down. He didn't ground me like Noah did. He lit me up in a way that made it hard to think clearly. It began with coffee, then dinners, then nights that blurred into morning light. And before I could untangle myself from it, I had fallen. I told myself it was just a thrill of being far away from home, just a chapter that would close when I returned. But deep down, I knew better. I was living 2 lives, one grounded in Noah's unwavering devotion and one in Luca's fleeting fire. And the more I talked to Noah, the heavier the divide inside me became. His love came through the phone so gently, and yet it felt like a weight, because I was no longer the girl he believed I was. Noah had no clue. He kept sending me little reminders that he cared. Care packages, sweet notes, even booking a flight to visit me before I returned. And I played along. I sent photos, told half-truths, and convinced myself that I could hold it all together until it was over. I ended things with Luca the night before Noah arrived. I said goodbye. I thanked him, tried to wrap it up neatly, like something I could pack away with my clothes. Luca didn't seem hurt. That should have made it easier. But then came the messages. From an unknown number. Screenshot after screenshot. Texts, photos, moments I thought were private. Each one landed like a punch. I didn't know who was behind it. Only that the tone was cruel. Not exposure for justice, but vengeance for sport. The text didn't stop. I ignored them, terrified. What could I even say? Please don't ruin my life? I clung to silence, praying Noah wouldn't notice the way I kept my phone face down, or the way I flinched every time it lit up. But Noah was perceptive. That night he noticed. "Lena, what's going on?" he asked gently. I brushed it off. He didn't let it go. "Let me see your phone," he said, and everything inside me caved. I handed it over, not because I thought I could hide it, but because I knew I couldn't anymore. He scrolled, and then I saw it. The change in his face, not explosive, just hollow. His eyes said everything. He didn't shout. He didn't ask how long or why. He just fell silent, a silence so dense it filled the entire room. "Is it true?" he asked, barely above a whisper. "Yes," I answered, because it was. Because there was no use pretending anymore. He didn't push for an explanation. He just stood, left the room, and came back holding my passport. He told me he'd changed my flight. I was leaving tomorrow. Alone. No dramatic farewell. No accusations. Just facts. Like I was some traveler whose reservation had expired. And somehow, that hurt more than rage ever could. He wasn't going to plead. Wasn't going to ask why. Wasn't going to try to fix what I had destroyed. I know I did this. I know I betrayed a man who loved me with quiet, unwavering care. I know I lied to him every time I said, "I love you," while my heart was somewhere else. And yet, I don't hate the version of myself that bloomed here. I liked who I became. Maybe that's the worst part. I didn't cheat because I stopped caring about Noah. I cheated because I started caring more about who I was becoming than the promises I made. Or maybe I was just reckless. Maybe the freedom I was chasing was just selfishness with a prettier name. Tomorrow, I'll sit on a plane, sunglasses on to hide the tears. He'll probably block my number before I even land. He'll tell people I wasn't who he thought I was. And he'll be right. While I'll be left holding on to this version of me, free, yes, but lonelier than ever, wondering if any of it was worth what I destroyed.